Hi there, this is Marie and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been forever, but I'm back. And today is a very special day because exactly 1 year ago I created my own business. It's been already a year, so here's my little celebratory / recap video for this first year as an entrepreneur. I remember that when I created my company, I had prepared a lot before and I was very stressed and excited at the same time. I was just recovering from a burnout, and the last company for which I worked really showed me who I really didn't want to be and what I really didn't want to do. So it was a very important moment for me to take the risk of doing what I really want while staying who I am. Having my own business has been an old dream of mine since high school, but I didn't know yet what kind of business I wanted to create. So I thought, oh well, you will do that later when you have a stable life, financial security and all of that. I thought that it would be easier to try that when the risk would be really small. And I had briefly heard of translators being freelancers because, well, I was interested in foreign languages, so of course I've heard about it. But back then, teenage me thought that this was not possible, that it would be too hard to find work, to have a regular income. And teenage me thought that it was just not a sustainable kind of lifestyle. Fast forward 7 years after my graduation from high school, and here I am, a freelance translator and author. So I think we can say that it's okay to dream big. After years of wondering if I would ever be happy in my professional life, now I can say that yes, this is totally possible. And I'm just so happy and grateful that I managed to find this right balance in my life. So let's do a little recap of what happened through the year. When I created my business in November 2020, I was scared to fail. I was so scared that I wouldn't find any clients and that in the end it would be a lot of time and a lot of work for nothing. So I added a lot of services to my business. At the beginning there was the author part, and then for the services there was recruitment services, translation services, and proofreading services. Oh, and because I'm French and living in France, I thought that I should start with the French market. And well, a few months later, I changed everything. I switched from the French market to the international market because I did all my studies in English and I started my career in English and I found more clients on international markets. So I created a new website in English because the first one was in French. I had ordered business cards in French that are now useless. But it's fine. With new changes and with trying things and other stuff, you just find what suits you best. There's no other way to find it. And that's the beauty of being self-employed. You have to work on yourself, and you see yourself evolve and becoming better, sharper, smarter. So I removed my proofreading services first, because even though I'm good at it, it's not something that I enjoy doing, and I'm not perfect at it either. I switched from recruiting to career coaching, because I thought that this was matching better with my personality. And then a few months later, now, I removed the career coaching practice and now I'm just focusing on translating and writing. Because I love what I do now, I have great clients for translation and I have enough work to have a stable income. So what else do you want? People who know me know that I'm not a big fan of numbers, but I guess that when you're trying to assess a period of time, you have to mention them at some point. So in 1 year, I had 7 potential clients. I had to reject 2 of them for various reasons. This was not easy, but at least it told me how to say no and how to know my own worth as a freelancer. 5 of them became clients, and among these 5, 2 of them became long-term clients. When I say long-term, it means that we are going to work together for years. I also completed 3 online courses. The first one was French spelling and grammar, because I've spent so much time talking and reading and working in English that my French well, it was not as good as it used to. So I thought it would be useful to have just a little course to freshen up everything. Then the second one was Introduction to Psychology. Actually, I was thinking about starting a new bachelor in psychology because it's something that I was always curious about. I think if I had been born in the US, maybe I would have tried to become a profiler. But we're not in the US, and this Introduction to Psychology was quite disappointing, so in the end I didn't sign up for the bachelor. And the third course was Nutrition and Well-being. Why Nutrition and Well-being? Well, during this year I also learned that taking care of myself, both my body and my mental health, it's very important. And so I'm trying to take better care of myself. So it was interesting with this course to see how we can eat better and have better habits, things like this. I also have an ongoing course of life coaching. I had started it because I thought it would be great for my career coaching, but actually I really fell in love with the course. It's Kane Ramsey's. You can find it on Udemy, and I find it great for self-development. Even if you don't create a life coaching practice afterwards, just for yourself, it's just so great. It makes you think. And it really helped me to have better relationships with my family, my friends. So if you're curious, I'll put the link in the description. Next, numbers. I published a book, a poetry book, Talking to the Moon, the first volume of the Papa Sky series. I also published a poetry anthology with other authors called Chaotic Waves. Now I also have 4 ongoing book projects and another poetry anthology with other authors that should be published soon. It's going to be called Unclicked. I've published 36 articles on the blog that I created in March, and this is going to be my 20th video on YouTube. Also, regarding social media as an author, I now have 750 followers on Instagram and more than 2,000 on Twitter. Like I've said before, numbers are not that important to me, but it's just to show that there was an evolution during the year because I went from 0 to the numbers that I've just told you, so there was a growth. So now what's next? Well, there's great power in believing that you can do anything. Before I started my business, I was always trying to be very rational, and now that I look back to it, I think I was quite pessimistic in my estimations. But now that I've tried so much, made mistakes, and adjusted, made new choices, and adapted, now that I've found my own form of success, I feel like I can do anything and everything. Of course, I can't do everything at the same time, so it takes time, but at least I believe in myself now. So, for example, for the end of this year, I'm working on a new project. I'm making book boxes. You know this kind of boxes that you can order now, for example, a box full of snacks from Japan, or maybe a box with cosmetics adapted to your skin type? Well, that's the kind of thing that I'd like to do with a new edition of my collection of poems, Talking to the Moon. Amazon KDP has a new feature with hardcovers, so I'm going to do a new edition with a hardcover. And so to celebrate that, I'm going to be making a box. So you will have the hardcover in it and then a few other items that I'm preparing and are making especially for these boxes, such as bookmark, notebooks, stickers. If you're curious or if you would be interested, make sure that you follow me on social media. You will find all the links below in the description. You can also subscribe to this YouTube channel because I'm obviously going to make a video about it once it's done. I think it's going to be ready either in December for Christmas or in February for the 1-year anniversary of the book. I'm not sure when I'm going to receive some items, so that's why there are 2 potential periods of launching. I also have plans to move abroad again next year if it is possible with the pandemic. I am fully vaccinated, so that's why I'm considering it. But of course, it will all depend on the situation. There's a country that I've lived in for a while before and that I miss dearly, and that is South Korea. So I'd like to go back there for a little while, and then who knows? I've always thought that these digital nomads, they have the best life. And now I realize that actually I can do it too. But I know that I want to go back to South Korea first, so this is going to be my first step. And afterwards, we'll see then. I can't tell you when is going to be the next video. I think now I'm going to post whenever I feel like it. But if you want regular content, I post a new blog article every Wednesday. You can check it out in the description as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, feel free to subscribe if you're new. You can also turn on the notifications so you can receive a message when a new video is posted. And you can also like this video, share it, and comment it if you like. I hope you all have a lovely day and see you soon. Bye bye!